Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ride and Ride Mechanic channel. How the heck are you doing today? Thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. On today's video, I wanted to cover a little topic that I thought of along the way of why don't parks make better YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, better social media content for roller coaster nerds like us. So let's talk about that.
Now get ready. Here we go.
Okay, first of all, welcome back, or if this is your first time here, welcome here. Please like and subscribe, share. It really helps me out. I do appreciate that. If you want to talk to me, you can leave comments down below. I try to get back to them, or you can send me an email at ryantheridemechanic@yahoo.com. So today's topic I thought of, and I get this question a lot from people, especially on the channel, and some people think I would get offended by it, but I really don't. They said, hey, how come parks don't make better YouTube content, Instagram content, things like that, more behind the scenes stuff? Because I spent a long time in the industry, got out of it, and it's only once I got out of it that I could really make content like this. So that is the main problem, is that while you're in the industry, there is a lot of confidentiality, a lot of stuff like that happening that you really can't broadcast. When I get out, if you notice, you watch my videos, I'm very vague about a lot of things, and I don't really point to a lot of manufacturers or parks or pieces or this or that, because there's a lot of information that parks just flat don't want getting out because it might make them look bad. And people watching this channel understand that what we think is bad is not what the general public thinks is bad. So there are two different pedestals we're dealing with here. So you could look at something on this channel and say, well, it's a cracked brake frame. And then we say, well, that's okay. Brake frames can crack. They're under a lot of stress. We'll put them through NDT or non-destructive testing and make sure we have no other cracks in them. We'll repair them back. It's no big deal. But when the general public hears, hey, we had a brake frame with a crack, and they go, a brake with a crack? Are you kidding me? The whole ride's going to fall apart. I've been telling everybody for years that the ride's going to fall apart and it's going to burst into flames and everyone's going to die. People's general reaction about that, and then you put it on social media and things like that, and it can just spread faster and faster and faster. So social media accounts are kind of like playing with fire when it comes to a park. You have to be super sensitive about what you broadcast. So we've probably all been in parks and seen like little parks, they say, oh look, we do maintenance on our ride every day. And you're like, yeah, let's see what their maintenance involves. This is going to be interesting. And then it shows a mechanic out on the ride and they're looking at stuff. Maybe they're wiping something down. And then they talk about doing an inspection where they look at the ride every day. And they're like, yes, we look at the ride every single day. And we're sitting here going like, that was it? That was the behind the scenes information, that they look at the ride every day? We already know they look at the ride every day. What kind of behind the scenes bullcrap was that? Well, it probably started out as something cooler, but by the time the public relations department was done with it, they had a whole different attitude. So I thought up of a skit to do from the public relations perspective on how to make better social media content, better YouTube content, trying to put something out there. So the concept behind this is that the PR, public relations person, wants to do a cool behind the scenes content for, let's just say, YouTube or something like that. And so they get all the park representatives together and to brainstorm some ideas on how to make some behind the scenes content. So let's take a look at that. Hi there, thanks for coming to the meeting. Go ahead and have a seat. Go ahead and introduce yourself as you sit down. Hey there, representing the finance department today. Yeah, hi, I'm with Park Services. We clean the park. Hey there, representing operations. Hey there, representing maintenance. Hey there, representing food services. Okay, the reason for this meeting is that I wanted to reach out on social media and encourage our guests to stay with the park and check and see what's going on all the time. We're hoping to get some amazing ideas from some of our park departments to hopefully put together some good content to put on something like YouTube or Facebook or something like that. So that being said, behind the scenes content, does anybody have some good ideas? Food service? Well, we can show people how fast we can cook food, like how many people we can get through the food line at our peak times. Sounds interesting. How many people do you serve during peak time? Not much actually. The lines are super long. And for some reason, we always have 10 workers in the back and they're always watching one cashier work. That doesn't seem good to advertise. Why don't you put more people on the cash register? Or just tell the others to help? No one asked you, dispatch boy, just go back to pushing buttons. At least the food looks better when we see it the second time. Maybe we'll just leave food as a chance to upsell the guests as they're walking around the park getting hungry. Hey, why don't we do a bit about how we work on the rides? Like, we could follow a mechanic around and show them some of the repairs and scenarios we come across on a daily basis. Does anyone really want to see that? I mean, we already have a segment just like it. What's wrong with that? Well, that's just you saying we inspect and service our rides every morning before the park opens. What's wrong with that? You're not a maintenance mechanic. That's part of the problem. I mean, there's a whole thing out there for this. Look out on YouTube. There's a channel called Ryan the Ride Mechanic. People love his channel. They watch it all the time. He does all sorts of topics like this. They cover it everywhere. So why don't we do something like that? No one watches his channel. It's dumb. I mean, he did a whole video on staying off the air gates. So you do watch his channel. No one wants to watch a video of his reactions to Final Destination 3. So you watch it then? This is why people are going to be fascinated to learn about our food and how it's cooked. They already know about your food. That's why they ate before they got to the park. Well, we cleaned the park. Not now. Look, people want to know how rides work and they love it. Finance, what about you? Well, we can tell people how much rides cost and what their ticket prices go to and why their prices are so high. That's amazing. Could you put that together weekly for us? Sure, and then we could tell them how much money we all make. Wouldn't that be great? This sounds like a bad idea to me, and I know bad ideas. And then they'll just come back and say, hey, why don't we just pay people less? And then we're all out of a job. Isn't that great? No, I'm out of here. Anyone else? We can take people and show them how we clean the rides every morning and make sure they're clean before people use them. That might be interesting. You clean the rides before every use? Yes, every time. That might be very comforting to know that each time a guest sits down, our rides will be immaculately clean for them regardless of the circumstances. This is turning into quite the carnival, and right now you're the clown. No, we only clean the rides in the morning time, but we do clean them each day. Oh, I see. So in the middle of the day when everyone's hot, sweaty, and nasty and the rides are running at full capacity, you don't clean it then? No. Gross. Okay, maintenance. What do you have? We follow a mechanic around the ride as he talks about the service he does to it every morning. Neat. Give me an example. Sure. We changed a cracked wheel out today over there on Neckbreaker. Okay, cracked as in broken? Well, yes, we have inspections to catch things like, but we don't want to tell our guests that our ride's just broke. That looks bad, doesn't it? What else? Okay, how about today we changed out a set of worn brake brass over there on Soarin' Bird? Worn out as in worn down? Well, yeah, Are all of the rides falling apart like this? They are not falling apart. It's more of a controlled burn, really. Let's try scripted and see what we can mark up. It's tough to work on a $25 million roller coaster. You can't just say $25 million roller coaster. What number can we use? In fact, you know what? Just leave cost out of it. We replace parts daily to ensure that the rides are maintained. See? Nothing but broken rides. I told you. Hey, let's leave out replacing parts daily. How about? Okay. We service these rides all day and night. Sounds too much like it's all broken. How about we inspect and service our rides every morning before we open the park? I love it! It's exactly what you said before. Yes, but this time it'll be coming from a mechanic standing in front of the ride. You know what? I got rides to go work on. Yeah, it seems we're done here. Oh, wait, I forgot about park services. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you for remembering to... Can you clean this room back up? Thank you. Okay, I had a lot of fun doing that. It edited together okay. I enjoyed doing it, but so that actually is pretty much not far off from what happens in parks, because you start off with the concept of, yeah, let's do something really cool, and then by the time operations gets a hold of it and they say, well, we don't want to broadcast this information, or we don't want to show that, we don't want to see people cleaning up vomit. By the time finance gets a hold of it and they're like, no, you can't talk about any costs. And by the time maintenance gets done with it and they say, well, no, we don't want to broadcast that we're changing out broken parts every day. That makes it seem like the rides are constantly broken. Again, on this channel, we just understand these are extreme machines. They break down, just like race cars and dragsters and things. They break down as well. But that's what happens when you use things under extreme conditions. They just break. But we have the safety figured out to where when they do break down, they simply just stop and we tell people to get off. And hopefully later on day we get it back up and running. But that scenario is pretty accurate. It's pretty true. It's like, okay, yeah, by the time everyone's done with that, you've got some really cool behind the scenes concept of we want to show this and we're going to do this and do that. And it's been boiled down to just like, yes, we work on the rides every day, and they are safe. None of us like that, I understand. One of the companies I've seen out there, Cedar Fair, should be interesting to see if the Cedar Flags merger has anything to do with it. I see at Cedar Point each year they do the winter chill out, and I've been watching more and more videos on YouTube about that, and they do a really good job for that. If you're anywhere in the area and keep in mind, I've never been to one of these before, but just watching people's videos go through it, the winter chill out, they did a really good job of bringing people in and showing them as far behind the scenes as you could possibly go. I mean, I'm watching people take pictures of roller coasters torn apart. They put little tables up explaining what goes to what and how stuff works. The only thing better would be is if you could actually talk with mechanics for a while and pick their brain about stuff. But mechanics have stuff to do, and I'm sure it's just a big like, oh my gosh, it's the winter chill out. It makes our life miserable for 2 weeks while we have to clean up everything and throw away all the trash and dust off all the cobwebs to make this presentable. I know a lot of people out there, well, it should be presentable all the time. It's like, yeah, but it's not, you know. It's kind of like your house should be presentable all the time, but what happens before you have people come over? You clean the crap out of it, don't you? Yeah, everyone does. When people come over to my house, I open the door and say, hey, this is as clean as it's going to get. That's it. But so this is as clean as it's going to get, so enjoy it while you can, because shortly after you leave, this house is going to be a mess again afterwards. But realistically, my mess and most messes are not the same thing. My mess is very different. I always tell people, it's like my wife, she does a great job. She keeps the house looking like a museum 7 days a week. I mean, it's very clean, very spotless. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I've been to some people's houses where there is just no counter space at all. Not like, oh, they have a lot of knickknacks or things out. Just like there is crap on the counters. There is crap on every flat surface possible. It's like, oof. Amusement parks really struggle to make content to put onto social media. They struggle to make content to put onto YouTube. And it's all because you have all these different departments steering the ship of which way they think it should go. And a lot of the stuff, especially channels like us here that really want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, they don't want people to see that simply because the majority of the general public can't handle that information. And I say, oh no, I think they can handle it. It's like, not really. So my channel's been around for like 3 years now, a little over 3 years now. And thanks to the cracker out there, what was the name of that one? Oh yeah, Fury 325. Anyways, thanks to the cracker out there, my numbers suddenly jumped up. But I mean, 2.5 years before this, I was holding steady at like 270 subscribers. That was it. And then the cracker happened, and then everyone went out to see what is this, what is this. Just happened to stumble onto my channel, and now my numbers are up much higher, which I appreciate. But I do realize by watching a lot of other YouTube channels is that most people can't handle the information that's on these type of channels. So congratulations to yourself for finding the channel, because you are in a very, very, very small percentage of people that actually can handle the information and want more of it. That's the more amazing thing, is that you want more of it, which I'm here to supply more of it. So unlike usual, this week's video is really short. Wow. I can't believe how short this video is. I'm watching the time tick away, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This video is so short. Oh, it's amazing. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. This was a pretty fun one for me that I don't normally do. And no, I don't plan on making a bunch of these either. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. Let me know some of your thoughts, reasons why some parks may do a better social media than others. And just all around in general, what you think about stuff. Again, I'm Ryan the Ride Mechanic. Have a good day, and remember, stay off the air gates.